What is up, everybody, on the YouTube verse? This is Christian Weatherspoon, also known as the Spoon the underwriter with Chris Closes Your Deal. But today, he's not closing your deal, he's closing our deals, and he's closing two of them back to back live because he's got the close calls set. So let's see if he can do it. Turn that if into a when. So stay tuned, dude. Over to you,
Let's
bro.
go. All right. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so jumping on some seller calls, and we actually just got a signed assignment back on a deal here. So we're under contract on this one deal that we locked up for $10,000, and we're closing on it with a buyer by the 22nd, and we're going to net $15,000. So if you guys have deals out there that you have locked up, but you not sure how to dispo it, you don't have a dispo process, you need help with dispo, hit us up. We can dispo these deals in pretty much any market across the country. We have investor lift cartel mode, and not just the basic cartel mode. We're on like one of the top tier packages, so we can dispo all across the country, and we can get your deals across the finish line and split those deals with you. Also, we have 4 or 5 novations that are going to be closing this in the next 30 to 60 days. A couple of them are closing this month, a couple of them are closing next month. But basically, these are deals that for a cash wholesale deal, they would be dead deals. You would make $0 on them if you locked it up as a cash wholesale deal. We pivoted these to a novation, and now the bulk of them are going to be anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 in profit. So if you guys have a deal that you've locked up cash, or you think you're going to lock up cash and you need help, it's not going to make really any sense as a cash wholesale deal. Bring it to us. We can convert it to a novation and get this thing all the way across the finish line. And when I say that, all you have to do is bring us the lead or the contract. We can convert it to innovation. We have in-house TCs, we have in-house dispo. We'll take it all the way to the finish line, so that way you can go back to focusing on locking up more contracts and getting more deals instead of having to work on finding buyers, finding agents, TCing the deal. Let us handle all of that stuff, so we'll make it easy for you guys. So
All right.
um,
While you get the audio from your computer shared, because that's not yet shared, I wanted to say, first off, thanks to everybody who tunes in regularly. If you're tuning in and this is the replay of the live, scrub forward, okay? Because Chris is about to get on the phone. And if you're just tuning in now, know that live you can ask any questions. We're down to even have you pop on the Zoom. In fact, the other day we shared the Zoom link and we had somebody pop on. But while he's doing that and sharing his audio, I just want to let you know, Chris talked about, oh, we'll joint venture and stuff like that. Okay, well, how do you do that? Well, how you do that is you got to go to closeanddispo.com, and it's this site right here. Then once you get here, you might say, well, what do I do? Okay, well, scroll all the way down to the bottom here, past where it talks about our mastermind and has all of the reviews of people who work with us and are part of the mastermind. Scroll all the way down past the robust curriculum that we offer to our members, and then you'll see community resources right here. So community resources talks about free tools, which is actually a really cool tool. You should probably just get that. There's no anything. You just put your email and click the button. But as far as the dispo or closing support goes, let's close your impossible leads and dispo leads dead in the water. Partnership resources, it'll just give you a step by step right here. And then like this little bobblehead emoji, you can kick back and we'll take care of the rest. So get it sold, dispo support, or lock it up. That is how you take action on that if you want to. If you don't want to, then I don't know what you're doing listening to us. If you didn't want to, I'm just saying. Anyway, Chris, take it away, dude. I know your audio is shared now, but test it out. Let's see if we can hear those beeps.
all right, let's see here.
Cool.
Good.
All right. Yep, we're good to go.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna go here and dial some um, dial some sellers. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I turn the audio off on my phone. So if I get any calls, it doesn't connect me and pop me off of here. So, all right. So let me just check up on my scheduled follow-ups and see what I got on the calendar. Looks like we had this guy here.
I'll be doing the underwriting in the background as needed. Otherwise, I'm going to be popping off the live Zoom, and Chris is going to be doing this not solo, but he'll be the only one on live for now.
Let's go. All right. Just make sure I got everything all squared away. All right, so we're gonna give this guy a call in Kissimmee, Florida. Bill, looks like it's Bill. Yep. And this is a SMS lead. So guys, if you guys are not doing SMS, we're still closing deals from SMS, even though everybody out there is like, you can't SMS for leads anymore. You can, and we'll tell you how. There's plenty of resources on our YouTube channel. And if you want to learn more about how to get leads via SMS, hit us up. We can point you in the right direction to make sure you're compliant so you don't get lawsuits thrown your way.
Such an important point, dude.
Yeah.
That you bring up.
By the way, before I go and start dialing, I'm just going to do a quick Instagram story so we can get more people on here.
To get in the learning. Get their learn on.
What's up, everybody? Chris closes your deal here with Real Estate Investing Made Easy, and we are doing live
What's up, everybody?
seller calls. So if you guys want to jump on, listen to me, get on seller calls, negotiate transactions for cash wholesale, novations, creative finance, then click the link that I'm going to put right here for you. You can jump on, get in the chat. If you also have deals you need help closing, you can put them in the chat, and I can get on with your sellers, convert them to novations, creative finance, sub-2, seller finance, whatever it is that you need help with, hit us up and click the link below. I'll see you guys in just a minute. I'm live right now. Peace. All right. So just need to get this link. All right, who we got watching so far? If you guys are in the chat here or in the channel watching live, go ahead and say what's up in the chat. And I'm gonna just get this IG story set up here real quick so others can join the live stream.
We got a couple of hearts from viewers already.
Nice. All right, just tag a few people here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys. So what's up?
What are these 2 deals you're closing live? Call number what?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be somewhere in the next 2 hours. Most of these are call number 2 or 3. So we've had offers out to some of these sellers, and they've reached back out and they want to move forward. They're ready to move forward. So so we're gonna see. What's up, Veronica? You just hanging out while at your W-2. What's your W-2? All right, I'm gonna just start making dials here now. So we're ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's dial.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is...
Okay, let's give him another dial.
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
What's up, Nathan Payne? Let's go. Dialing for dollars. What belt are you, Nathan? And where do you train out of? All right, so let's see. We're gonna move him to tomorrow. All right, so we're just dialing for sellers. I've got some follow-up calls. I got some new leads that I'm gonna be reaching out to, and hopefully locking up a few deals here. Bro, we should get you on. Just got your blue. Congrats, brother. Dude, we got to get you on the YouTube, man. We'll just do do a little interview and little video podcast thing, man. Check in on your business, and I know you got a lot of value to add to the biz, man. So would love to have you on. All right. So let's see here. Got my blue like a month ago. Train out of Canada now. Oh, dang, you're in Canada? Why did I think you were? Did you just move to Canada? Nice. Shoot me your let me see. Christian, if you're watching, I'm sure you're still watching. I'll have Christian reach out to you. Put your email in the chat, and then I'll have Christian reach out to you, and we'll figure out a time to get you on, and we'll put out some content together, man. Cross promote. Love what you're doing, man. Just make sure you don't quit jujitsu, man. You get your blue belt and then people just disappear. So it's tough. All right. So let's see who else we got. Okay, I'm gonna call this one. This one could be a listing referral, which is honestly, I think it's the best thing that we should do on this one. But I want to get her teed up with this agent that I'm working with down in Naples. Perfect. All right, so you done any competitions, Nate?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Margaret, it's Chris. We spoke the other day about your house in Naples. Wanted to reach back out to you. Got some really good news for you. My number when you get a chance, 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, guys, and if you guys are just jumping on, that one I was calling was going to be a listing referral. Most of the time, in a lot of markets, we don't do listing referrals, like if it's a really low price point market, just because the time, energy, and effort to make that handoff is not worth the little bit of commission referral fee. But we negotiate a 35% listing referral with the agents that we work with, because we're not just handing them a lead, we're handing them up a Glengarry lead, as I would say. And if you don't get that reference, then you need to look up the movie Glengarry Glen Ross. But we tee these up. We do all the due diligence on the front end, make sure that they're fully ready to go, and we hand off this lead. So basically, it's the agent's listing opportunity to lose at that point. And so we get 35%. Now, this particular property is going to be a $600,000 to $700,000 sell price, which at a 3% commission, even if it's 650, 3% commission is 19.5, right? And let's say they're paying 20% to their brokerage. So 15.6 for the agent times 0.35. That's a $5,400 listing referral. So I'll take that money all day. That pays for a whole month's worth of marketing. So I'm absolutely going to tee up that listing referral. And I have a really good agent down there who I think will knock this one out of the park. Now, in San Diego, we've made $15,000 on listing referrals. So you definitely want to do that. 3 competitions all at Blue. Got rocked my first one. Got second the second tournament. Third tournament was a team quintet. Oh, nice. Okay. Awesome, dude. Yeah, bro, it's freaking competitions, man. I've done hundreds of competitions, and it's just you just have to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It's just like getting on seller calls. You know what I mean? But the other thing is train like you're competing. Let's see here. So good question, Veronica. I just got back on the phones. We're going through some transitions in our business here, and we had to part ways with some people, and so I haven't been on the phones in a while, and just got back on, and really getting on the lives has mainly been, one, I want to provide value to you guys, but also want to hold myself accountable. And so I've been on a little bit here, and we got one contract the other day. In the last 30 days, I got 4 contracts, just very minimal time because I've been working on the business as well as getting on seller calls. But that's going to ramp up here real quick. I'm anticipating today getting at least 2 contracts, could be 4 contracts, just based on all of the follow-ups that I have teed up and some of the conversations that I've had and offers that I have out. So there's a world where I could lock up 4 today. So let's see here. All right, so Phil Brown, let me double check on this one, see who this guy is. Okay, so it looks like we made an offer on this one. Sorry, guys, I just want to make sure before I dial some of these follow-ups, I have the full picture of what the last thing that happened was. Let me just pull up this address. I don't remember. Oh, this guy. Yeah, this guy.
Hi, it's Philip. Please leave a message. I'll get back.
Let's call this guy again. This guy that I think was talking to his buddy about blowing some meth or something. Like, oh, you want to snort that?
Hi, it's Philip. Please leave a message. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Phil, it's Chris. Just had a minute to get back to you. Getting the sense that you're not really that serious about selling the property. I know we sent over the agreement over to you. You said there were some terms that you wanted to change, but I never got anything from you. So, if there's terms that you want adjusted in the agreement, let me know. We're absolutely ready to move forward. Just wanted to see what terms you were looking for so we can, get this all squared away and get this across the finish line for you. So if you're not serious about selling, no big deal. We got plenty of clients we're working with that are ready to sell. So I get it if you're not ready. But if you are ready to sell, definitely send over those terms you wanted, and we'll go ahead and review it, make sure we can, commit to those things, and then get this across the finish line for you. As long as it's nothing crazy, I can't imagine we can't get it done for you. So give me a call back when you have a chance. Telephone number is 619-525-7132. And, we'll see where we go from here. I know that the funds they set aside for this particular property. They put that aside last week. So by the end of this week, they're going to reallocate those funds for another property if we can't get this done here. So give me a call. Let me know either way, and we'll go from there. All right. Hope you're having a good one. Talk to you soon. See ya. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, that one, if you guys were on that live when I talked to that seller. So we do, for those of you who are just joining, we put people on mute. We tell them we're putting them on hold. We just mute the phone. And this is so much value comes from this because they'll sit there and talk to each other about like how much they take for the house. Like on one of the calls, you know, they were wanting 500 and they're like, oh, what do you think? We'll take like 490, but we're not going to say yes. We'll, you know, kind of let them sweat it out a little bit. So you get so much details. In this particular one, we didn't really get any value add to the deal. We just found out that him and his buddy were going to go blow lines. They're like talking about what they have. Oh, what are we going to snort that or something? It's crazy the things you'll hear when people think they're on hold. They'll just openly talk about all types of stuff. So, but highly recommend using that tactic, putting them on hold. Yeah, it was the one with his buddy. Yep. And they were talking about this girl that liked him and all this stuff. Yeah, it was a pretty funny situation. All right, let's see here. And then Veronica, I don't know if you were on the call yesterday, but I followed up with this other guy with a deal in Florida, and it's him and his wife, and have a ton of rapport with them. I came in super low on a number with them, and yeah, super good rapport. And we're talking about boats. And he's like, every time I sell a boat, I have to get a bigger boat that's like 2 foot longer. I'm like, okay, well, let's get you that bigger boat. He's like, I don't need a bigger boat. And she's like, no, I don't want to, we don't need a bigger boat. So I'm like, well, let's just get you shoes and we'll name your shoes Bigger Boat. And the wife loved that. She was cracking up. But those are the types of things, like when you're talking to people, you got to build in that rapport and, you know, just make that connection with people, because that's really what's going to get you deals across the finish line. All right, so let's double check this one. Cole. All right, I need to check on my email with my agent. So the other thing that we do a lot of novations, and in Indiana, we have a real top-notch agent who's just awesome. I mean, she crushes it. She's done a bunch of deals for us. So let's see if I want to come in neighborhood. 625 to 635. Okay, so that would be a 625 to 635 listing. He was hoping to get, yeah, he wanted 630 to 650. So this one, I'm going to reach out to this guy and let him know, you know, hey, our offer is going to be way too low for where he's looking to be. But if he's going to consider listing, I'll do a listing referral on this one for sure. So.
Please leave your message for 317.
Okay, we're going to double dial this guy.
Hello.
Hello, Steven.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Chris. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, we were talking the other day about your property on Cole.
Oh, okay. It was just a weird phone number that came up.
Yeah, no worries. I get it. Yeah, I wanted to, I had some time to get back to you because I know we were still taking a look at this one. And yeah, honestly, man, the numbers, I don't think we're going to come in at a number that's going to make sense for you. You know, I didn't want to leave you hanging or anything. You know, but I guess like how seriously are you looking at wanting to sell? I mean, are you going to list it, or is it just if you could sell it, you'll sell it, but if not, you'll stick around?
The reality of it is I'm just gonna be patient for a little while because I still got a kid I got to get all the rest of the way out of college.
Mm,
So I mean, but if somebody came at me with a real number, I probably would seriously consider selling it and then just you know, you know head south more than likely. But I'm just not in any kind of hurry. So
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Are you opposed to listing it?
right now, at least not for another 60 to 90 days anyway.
Okay. I'll wait till the election at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It's either going to be a really good idea or it could be a really terrible idea depending on what happens. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens with God, it's such a clown show this year, as it pretty much usually is. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. Do you have an agent that you would prefer using, or would you be open to interviewing any?
Well, actually, I have a guy that I've worked with for 35 years.
Oh, got it. Okay. Okay.
That's local and runs the west side of Carmel, and I'd be super comfortable with him.
I gotcha.
So, actually,
Okay.
if it was up to me, I'd probably just let the word leak out and just have an attorney do the paperwork and be done with it and save myself some money. But
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, the reason I ask is because, we do a lot of business in, the Indianapolis area and, Carmel and everything. And I mean, we have a rock star agent who, I mean, she's a pit bull in a skirt. So, if there's anybody that, I would want on our side of the table handling the negotiations, it's her. So if you're open to, interviewing, I'm happy to connect her with you. And, if you like her, great. If you don't, you didn't lose anything other than, time on a quick conversation. But
is she an independent or does she work for somebody here?
she's with EXP. So basic, for all intents and purposes, independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with kind of how EXP is structured, but it's very like you kind of do your own thing. So it's good for, I would say it's not the best for newer agents because there's not like a ton of support the way, somebody just getting into the industry might need. But for an agent who's, built a solid book of business and is really good at what they do, it's good because they have lower splits with the brokerage. So they keep more of their money.
Yeah. No, that's
So.
the name of the game. Right?
Exactly.
You gotta sell a lot of real estate to get above the 50-50 split.
Yep.
And 98% of real estate agents can't do that.
Exactly. So
I don't know how they eat.
yeah.
Myself. Because they have a lot of expenses, right? Out of pocket. They got they're paying for MyBoard listing or whoever the hell else they're using.
Yep.
They burn through hundreds of gallons of gas and beat the shit out of their cars. And
Oh yeah.
and unless you're Carmel's a little different, but unless you're selling, $3 million worth of real estate, you're not making any money.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I don't know a lot of. For a while, it was easy to make money, right? Because all you had to do was get a listing, and 2 days later, you got a check.
Oh yeah.
But that was
Yep.
an anomaly in my lifetime. It was an anomaly.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. The last 5 to 10 years, well, like 2 years ago and back about a decade, it was, super easy for agents to, sneeze on a house and make a commission. And, it's interesting because there's a lot of agents that are leaving the industry, because they're like, oh, it's so hard to make money. It's like, no, it's actually normal to make money this way in the industry. You just got in when it was a rocket ship and everything was just selling super quick at low interest rates. This is like the normal industry. So welcome to being a realtor.
Yeah.
So
You show me somebody that's been doing it for 40 years and been around, up, down, and all around, and they'll be able to explain it to you.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. So
You can't just get in the game for 3 months and think that, that's not how it works.
yep. Yeah. Well, and then you have the social media agents who, think if they just do a bunch of dances on TikTok, that's going to build their business for them. And it's like, cool. If I've got a wolf on the other side of the table negotiating, I don't think I want you dancing in the negotiation room to try to, sell my asset for, as much money as we possibly can. So,
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at EXP, one of their agents' sites here, and it says the average square footage in Carmel is $227 a square foot. That's just average, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
even if you took 20% off of that, so let's see, 227 times 0.8, that's 181 times 4,200. That says my house is worth $750,000 at 80 cents on a dollar based on these statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's high, but it's not. It ain't no 600 either. So
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, most of the agents, most agents we don't like working with because they really don't know what they're doing and they'll base everything off of that. And, and
Right.
the worst part is, sellers that don't really know a whole lot, they'll get sucked into those listing agreements,
Sure.
12-month
'Cause
listing
the
agreement.
reality, right? Yeah, and the reality of it is all you got to do is go look on your block and find a comp, because the appraiser is going to look at the comps.
Exactly.
You gotta find 2 or 3 of them, and then you can look and common sense should get you pretty damn close.
Yeah, exactly.
I've worked in the mortgage side of the business from the banking side for a while too, and I mean it's really not a complicated game.
Yeah.
Especially on the residential side, it's really pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Right? I mean the appraisal process hasn't really changed in years. If anything, it's gotten more conservative.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So, but you're right. People get suckered in on long-term listing agreements, and then that agent's off looking for 17 more listings and could give a rat's ass if she ever sells your house.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it sticks.
Yeah, find something to stick. That's exactly right.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, the agent we work with, her name's Laura Haltom. She's awesome. Happy to share your contact info with her and, have her reach out, and just make a quick introduction. And then, feel free to, use her as a resource, whenever you're ready. And, I'm sure she would knock it out of the park for you if you end up, choosing to work with her.
Yeah, all right. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of hang out for a while and kind of just see what happens.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Perfect. Well, yeah, keep me posted, and otherwise, good luck with everything, man.
Yeah, got your number. I appreciate you just fiddle farting around for a while. You never know what you're gonna come across. If you sit around, don't do anything, you'll never get anything
Exactly.
done. So,
exactly. So just got to keep moving.
Sounds like a plan.
Nice. All right, Stephen. Well, have a good rest of your day and have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks for following up.
No problem. See you, man.
Bye.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and share his contact info with our agent. Potential listing referral. Probably going to wait a few months. So I'm just going to give her a little bit of info on this. So he has an agent he would probably use, but would be open to an interview. And then I'll just let her do her thing. Laura, by the way, this agent, when I say she's a rock star, she's an absolute rock star. She could take somebody who's just a total pain in the butt and, you know, just talk circles around them and, you know, really get them wanting to move forward, you know, give them a sense of comfortability and everything, and really, really make something happen. So, let's see here. So he wants retail. Makes more sense as a listing referral. So I'm going to put him into. All right, if you guys are just jumping on to the stream, say what's up in the chat. Let me know where you guys are from and what you guys are looking to do here. All right, so let me double check my calendar because I had a few follow-ups. Let's see here. Okay, I've got one guy I have to follow up with between 1 and 2 p.m. Pacific. So that should be a contract here. Let's see here. Okay, we just locked up a contract the other day for property in Gary, Indiana, and he's getting a welcome call today. Let's see. Then I have another seller who I'll be locking up later this afternoon. He'll be available 4:30 Eastern. So what's that, 1:30? So yeah, I should be locking up 2 deals between 1 and 2 today, Pacific Standard Time. All right, so let's call on some new leads.
This is Marina. I can get to the phone right now, but if you leave a message and
Let's try one more time.
This is Marina. I can get to the phone right now, but if you leave a message and your number, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
So guys, for the most part, if I'm calling new leads, I'm not leaving a voicemail. It's just a massive waste of time. People are not going to call you back. Let's see here. What's the situation? Okay, let's go ahead. Move on to the next. Stacy, I think I tried to call her yesterday. So I'm curious, what CRM is everybody using? Just go ahead and put it in the chat.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Thank you for calling the main line for Open Door Realty. How can I help you?
Can I speak to Sandra?
Sandra, no Sandra here.
Sandra Magana?
This is Ruben Magana. No, Sandra's not here.
Hey, Ruben, how are you? This is Chris.
Hi, Chris. What's happening?
Yeah, I was calling about your property on Madison Street, Unit 69. Looks like you guys had spoken to one of my colleagues or one of our referral partners about possibly selling that property.
Right.
Yeah. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it looks like they mentioned here that you guys are I guess renting that property out or had it rented out and just not really keen on continuing to be a landlord.
Right.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. Well, and by the way, I do have to let you know all calls are monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes. But the point of this call is just to see if your property qualifies in getting an offer as is. Companies looking to pick up properties for one of two reasons generally. It's either going to be to renovate the property, add value, and put it back on the market, or to keep it and hold it as some sort of rental. So by the end of this call, I'll either be able to get an approval from the underwriters with an offer, or they'll deny it and they'll give us a reason why.
370,000.
Say that again. What?
370,000.
Sorry, you cut out there. What was that?
370,000.
Okay. Is that how much you paid for?
Property. No, that's what we want. I know you're looking for properties with more meat on the bone.
Okay.
It's not going to work, man.
Got it. But you want to sell it?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried listing it?
We're a broker shop over here, so we have it listed under MLS exclusion right now while we get it finish up sorting out the details in it, painting and stuff like that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just doing some updates to it and then you're going to go live with it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't have any flips.
You don't have what?
Other fix and flips or candidates for fix and flips.
Okay. Got it. So how did you guys come up with the 370?
Market value. Comparable.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. And when are you guys expected to go live with it?
In about 10 days.
10 days. Okay. Got it. And is that the best you guys would do on it?
Yes, that's our target. Yes. We're confident we can get that or really close.
Got it. Okay. How close are you thinking?
Right at there, 370. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Maybe if I, who knows?
Say that again.
Maybe around 5,000 wiggle room. But that's
Okay.
it, yeah.
I gotcha. All right. Cool, man. Well, wish you the best with that. What comps are you guys looking at to, come up with that 370 number?
Direct comps in the neighborhood.
Well, yeah, obviously. I would hope you're not, taking comps outside of the neighborhood.
Right. But I gotta go. Thank you.
Okay. All right. See ya. All right. So we're going to leave him in a follow-up. Love how he answered the call, Open Door Realty. Like, dude, you're not Open Door. All right, let's see here. All right, Anthony. Vulcan 7. What is Vulcan 7?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 317370.
So Veronica, what's Vulcan 7? Is that like on Go High Level? Is that its own separate CRM or what? Okay, let's check emails here.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 31737.
And next lead. Okay, so that is all of the leads from which group, call group is that? SMS? Yeah, so that's all the newer leads from SMS. So now I'm going to switch over to, let's see here, some setup on SMS. Let's go ahead and lock in some new cold call leads. So guys, the way our system is set up, I can put myself in specific call groups. So I can set up and decide I only want to call through cold call leads. I can call through PPC leads, text leads. So I can just kind of switch up who I'm dialing out to, and it'll just serve me up one lead at a time. So I don't have to like go through picking through leads. Now callbacks, I'm going to go through and pick through those ones, but let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we've got Fox. So we're just gonna do cold call, save that, and then refresh this and start going through the cold call leads. Try and move closer to the sun. So it's dialing right now. Let's try this again. Okay, no answer. Guys, pro tip for when you're like, if you've called somebody a bunch of times and they never answer, you can never get through to them. Pro tip on a text message to send out is just ask them, hey, Mark, have you given up on selling 123 Main Street, whatever it is? That message gets a ton of responses, especially if they're actively considering selling the property. Time to sell it.
You have reached 731-0169. Please leave your message after the beep.
Next lead. Mr. Bill Buffo. Okay, let's just double check this one. Looks like somebody had spoken to him a while back and said that they would list the property at some point, but it doesn't look like it has been sold yet. Looks like they tried to rent it. So let's give this guy a call.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 2394.
Okay, let's call back again. By the way, any of you guys who are watching, one of the things that I specialize in when it comes to transactions is saving deals where sellers are trying to cancel and deals are getting blown up. For whatever reason, there's all types of reasons that people will try to cancel and back out of the deal. And so, I've had a lot of success taking sellers that want to back out for a whole host of reasons, even they had a higher offer, and reel them back in. As a matter of fact, if you go on our YouTube channel, there's a video from ticked off to testimonial where you could actually watch me take a seller over the course of multiple calls after we were under contract from being pissed off and basically calling us all types of terrible things and saying we're just stealing properties and blah blah blah, all this stuff, to at the end of it saying he would give us a glowing review based on how we handled the transaction, and that one we made $30,000 on. So if you guys ever run into a situation where one of your sellers is trying to cancel, hit me up. I can step in, get on a call with that seller, and help you guys reel that seller back in and get it going. So yeah, just keep me posted. All right, let's call this guy one more time.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 239.
Okay, next lead. El Cajon. Yes, I'm a man of many names. Okay, let's see if this guy ever listed this property. This is in El Cajon. Looks like it's listed. I sold it last month for $460. Dang. Did we even have an offer? Nope, looks like we never even spoke to him. Let's see how long it was on market. Justin Collins. Oh, I think that's the agent. Yeah. So listed it for 470 and sold it for 460. Listed May 22nd and went pending in less than 30 days. Yep, sounds about right for the San Diego market. So El Cajon, 2-bed, 2-bath, 950 square feet, townhouse or condo. So, all right, so we're gonna mark that one sold. All right, and that's why they say fortunes in the follow-up, guys. Like, definitely, if you guys are not using a dialed-in CRM that is capable of doing automated follow-ups for you to keep churning up leads up to the top of your funnel, then you definitely are going to want to get some sort of CRM. If you're new and you're a solopreneur, I would highly recommend either Forefront CRM or, even our Made Easy CRM, but either of those, and there's a bunch of other stuff out there, you don't have to get something with all these fancy bells and whistles. As you scale up, there's certain features you might be looking for, but, there's a lot of really good software out there that, can just very easily handle churning up new leads for you. So, okay, so why is this one in external call centers? This should be, okay, let's change this call group. Clayton, Indiana. Let's see if this is sold yet. Nope, doesn't look like he's sold. So we got some new people on here. If you're just joining, go ahead, put a thumbs up in the chat.
Hello.
Hey, Brian, this is Chris. How are you?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I was calling you about your property on Lakewood Court. Looks like it was referred to us by one of our referral companies at some point not too long ago. Looks like they had paired your property with us because they thought we'd be a good fit for you. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Well, you didn't catch me at that time, but I'm not interested in selling my property, so you've got some bad information.
Oh, got it. Okay. Were you ever considering selling your property?
No, but I've been on somebody's list and I get all kinds of calls like this, but I'm not interested at all.
Got it. Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah, sometimes they make mistakes. Any particular time frame in the future that you might be considering?
Nope, this is my home till I die.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, wish you the best, man. Good luck with everything. And if anything changes, feel free to give us a call.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
All right. See ya. All right. Now there's a few ways that people can handle those kind of conversations. You can either be pissed off, be like, these leads are suck, whatever, right? Like, or you could just understand that this is the business, right? You get a ton of leads in. Most of them are not going to amount to anything. That's the business that we're in, right? Is filtering through crap. Most of them are crap. And you just keep moving on. But you keep that guy in a follow-up. Like, I'm not going to DQ that guy and take him out of my automated follow-up sequence because time changes circumstance, right? Like, all it takes is a life event to happen in his life, and all of a sudden now he goes from I'm going to die in this house to I'm going to die if I don't move out of this house. right? So, you know, highly, highly recommend. Don't let those types of no's bother you, and still maintain composure, be nice to the people, you know, and, you know, make a friend, right? So, so he's going to go into no longer want to sell, which is a follow-up sequence that we have. Let's see here. We're going to move on to the next one. Another El Cajon property. Let's see here. Eviction was successful. Mailbox full. Okay, let's see if this guy sold. Guy or girl? Ryan. Okay, doesn't look like they sold. Perfect. This would actually be a good one here. Let's see. Last time. Okay, so it was listed for rent. Oh, it was listed for rent 2 months ago. So, yeah, let's see.
Hello?
Hey, Ryan, it's Chris.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
How are you?
How are you, bud? Good, man.
Good, good. Yeah, I was calling you about your property on Via Selma. It looks like at some point you'd spoken to one of my colleagues about possibly selling that property. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No. Via Selma. It's already rented, Chris. I already rented.
Oh, you rented it out.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So are you no longer considering selling?
No, not right now.
Okay, all right, got it. Is that the only property that you own?
I have more, but I'm not selling right now, Chris. It's just not, right now, it's not a good time for me.
Got it. Okay, all right. Do you mind if I stay in touch with you?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, is there any particular time frame when you think you might be considering selling any of them?
I mean, try me with a couple of months.
Couple months? Okay, yeah. Sounds good, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one. See ya. Boom, multiple properties, follow up in a few months. If you're nice to people, then, you know, people will be nice to you back, and you can possibly work with them in the future. And again, fortune's in the follow-up. And just to kind of underscore that, I want to show you guys something real quick that I think will give you guys a little bit of perspective why I treat leads the way that I treat leads, because I've been doing this long enough to know that leads are freaking gold. It doesn't matter if you think it's a crappy lead right now. Yeah, it might be a crappy lead right now, but it could also be a very juicy lead later on. So let me just show this to you guys. So this is just from sales this year. This is our marketing time to convert system, basically. So what this does is this tells me from the time that the lead came into the system, how many days did it take for me to get it under contract? And if you look at this, again, this is just contracts from this year, right? So the longest one that's ever been in our system, 599 days. 599 days. That's basically 2 years of this lead being in the system, right? Now, how many times did I call that person? Really not that many. How many times am I getting on the phone with them? Really not that many. I mean, but some of these I can tell you, for example, like Tuscany, we made $28,000 on this deal. Took us 584 days from the time the lead came in. And if I went back into, so this was a Facebook ad, so literally the lead was freshly generated that day and then 584 days later. But how many of you in here, you can just put a thumbs up or put something in the chat. If I told you, you pay me, $150 for a lead today, and in 584 days, you're going to make $30,000 on that lead. And all you have to do is just make sure they're in an automated sequence where they get random text messages every so often to keep them interested and keep them, keep yourself in front of them. How many of you would do that and actually like follow up with them like that, right? This is why it's so important. If I talk to this guy, if I have a crappy attitude and I talk to this guy 584 days ago when the lead freshly came in, and he's like, I'm not interested in selling. And, he's in a little bit of a bad mood. And I'm like, well, screw you, blah, 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 blah. Why'd you fill out the form? All this stuff, right? Like, that's a terrible way to do business, right? You're never going to get the money that you need to get out of this. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 contracts this year that were in our CRM for over a year, right? If I treat them like crap, I'm never going to get anything out of them. And we've made money on virtually all of these. I mean, almost all of these have gone across the finish line and we've made money. So, I tell you guys all that to just really reinforce that fortune is in the follow-up. Make sure you're treating people right. You're not, being disrespectful to them. You're not getting pissed off because they don't want to sell, because that's the name of the game. 90% of the people that we talk to don't want to sell, right? That's marketing to off-market sellers, right? These are people that probably haven't considered selling until we cold called them or sent them a text message. And even then, they're just still in the beginning stages. So it's really, really important for you guys to look at that. I want to see real quick, if I go back in time, if I think that 599 is probably the longest that a lead has been in our system. Let me just go back to 2019 and all the way through today. Today's what, the 12th? Let's submit and let's go. Yeah, 599 days. So 1, 2, 3, let's see, 357. Yeah, so 10 deals were all in our system for longer than a year. And this one here, Gil Bosch, that's a listing referral. We made $15,000 on that deal. It was in our system for 406 days. Thanks, Veronica, for mentioning that. So I'm not beeping out the numbers. So these, if you're talking about these ones showing up right here, these are deals we've already done. So I'm not really too worried about these leads being taken because I've already made my money on them. So they're already bought and sold. If you're talking about the dials that I'm making when I'm calling and people's voicemails are picking up, if somebody on here wants to step in and make a call to one of my sellers that I'm following up with, I dare you to. I promise you with 1,000% certainty that I'm going to out dial you. I'm going to out follow up with you. I'm going to out build rapport over you. I'm not concerned. So if you want to call any of my leads, have at it. I promise you, I will lock them up. So let's get back to dialing. I appreciate you looking out for me, Veronica, but I'm not threatened because I know most people do not follow up. Most people are not going to build the rapport. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But hopefully, like the reason why we do this is because we want you guys to see the value in just having normal conversations with people, being genuine, being, upfront, direct, and building really good rapport. Yep. Yeah. People viewing later today. Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, they could follow up all they want. Let's see here. I mean, the only way they're going to be able to lock up a deal is if they come with a higher offer. And if they're coming with a higher offer than what I'm coming in at, they're probably not going to be making any money on that deal. Okay, let's call Marianne. Hey, Marion. Hey, it's Chris. How are you? Everything, man. I was calling about a property that you own. It looks like you had spoken to one of my colleagues that you were considering selling. I don't know if it was Laurel Lake or I think there were some notes in here about a different property you were selling, Forest Station or something. Two and a quarter acres. Okay, got it. And say that again. Nice. Okay, perfect. What's the reason you can't build for that long? Is it just your own situation, or are there things like with the city and stuff that? I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense. Oh, damn. God bless, man. That's praise the Lord, man. That's I'm glad to hear that all worked out for you, man. That's a tough thing, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Well, I guess yeah, I mean the point of this call really is just to see if the property qualifies for getting an offer as is. And by the way, I do have to let you know that the calls may be monitored or recorded for quality and training purposes. But generally we're looking for properties for, a few different reasons. Usually it's a fix and flip or buy and hold, but, with vacant land, obviously the game plan would be to build at some point. So 2.5 acres. Is it, let's see, 9385, right?
Yeah, 9385 Forest Station Code. Two and
Got
a
it.
quarter acres, 2.24 acres.
2.25 acres. Okay. Got it. Got it. How soon were you hoping to move on from that?
I mean, just whenever. I don't have a time frame, but if it goes into a 2 or more month period, then I just hold on to it and just and
Okay.
do my own thing next year.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. And what were you hoping to get for the property?
I initially was like 185, but that's like high end, and if somebody was going to do it, that's what the property values were going for that. So maybe 160 is fine. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm entertaining whatever offer comes and see if it makes sense.
Got it. Okay. So, in the mid one range, somewhere around there, you might be comfortable with. Okay. Got it. Do you have any debt on the property?
Yeah, I got paid down like I done paid it down to 40,000. I think I owe like 100 on it, maybe.
Oh, you owe about 100 on it right now?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Is that just like what kind of loan is that? Is it like a hard money loan or like?
No, just a regular loan, 7%.
Okay. 7%?
Something like that. It might be a little less.
Got it. Okay. All right. Gotcha. And have you done anything with the lot as far as like any entitlements or, anything that, makes it more buildable or?
No, it's good. It's just wide open. Once you pull it up, you'll see it. It's just wide open, vacant land. Looks good, and it's right on.
Oh, I
It's a
see
corner
it.
lot. It's a corner lot, and all the homes over there going for 800 to 1.1 million.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks like the neighbor's house about almost 5,000 square feet. Goodness.
Yeah, my plan was 5,500 when I bought. I had my architect. We designed that one, so.
Got it. Okay. All right. So you already have like building plans?
Oh yeah, I got the whole man. We done did everything. We was about to break ground until you know, something happened with this thing, man. They needed once you put down like 120, then they came back. Said, okay, but we got that. Well, actually, it's gonna be like 60. So we had that, and then it went up to 80. So it just didn't go through like it needed to smoothly, and say, okay, you know what? Interest rates started shooting up. Let's hold it for a minute, and then they coming down. So
got it. Okay. All right. Would you be including like the building plans with the sale?
No, I paid $8,000 for them plans, man.
I got you.
$7,800. Yeah,
Okay.
man. It's a custom home.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, is there like if we could work something out, you know, we don't do a ton of vacant lot, I'll be honest with you. I mean, we have some of the partners in the business will do some vacant lot development and stuff like that, like infill lots and stuff. But I'm just trying to think of it through, you know, what's the highest and best and how we could possibly make something work. I mean, is there a world in which you would include the building plans?
Well, there's a whole universe out there that I would look at if it made sense, you know?
Okay. All right. Okay. Is it just you on title, or is there anybody else that would need to be involved in the sale?
Nah, it's just me.
Just you. Okay. Okay. All right. Got it. And all right. So somewhere in that mid-100 range is where you would feel good moving forward. Got it. Okay. I mean, do you think that's kind of like the best you would be able to do on it?
I mean, I don't know, man. We got to see what the offer is and go from there. Somebody tried to offer me 120. I was like, man, get out of here. And then I found out that the guy that had called me about it, who was at 160, he said somebody had just called him with my property and wanted to do it for 190. I was like, look at that shit there, you know?
Bro, that's
so
crazy.
It was the same guy that wanted to buy it from me for 120 and then want to sell it for 190.
Oh, man.
And I guess he didn't know that. Yeah, because the other guy was a builder, and he was like, yo, I get it from you, but you got to make a decision today. And he was at 160. I said, I can't make it. And I wasn't trying to, this was back in May, and I wasn't trying to sell it. He said, it's a one-day offer. I got 160 cash money right now, and I got a person we're going to build on it. And I was like, nah, you're not putting that kind of pressure on me, man. I'm not, nah. And,
Yeah.
I wasn't looking to sell it. If he said 180, I'd be like, okay, well, come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
But he said, we can close in a week. I got 160. I got it. If not, I'm going to go to this oven over in Germantown. And then my partner said he ended up going to Germantown and paid $189 for a 1.1 acre, which is the next city over.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, come on, man. That's the thing about brokers and all that, man. I don't know how y'all operate, but it's like, you know, he was a builder, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But he preferred Collierville because that's the high-end county in the state, you know. That's you know. But so he went with the next one, and there you go.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we do a bunch of things, man. I mean, we're a nationwide company, so we operate in, you know, most of the states across the country. You know, we do a lot of single family stuff, some, you know, small multifamily. You know, again, we don't do a ton of these types of development and building deals, but, you know, some of the partners, you know, like that's not our bread and butter. Some of the partners do get involved in some of that stuff kind of off on their own side of things. So usually, I mean, something like this, just because I'm looking at the map and, you know, with the fact the neighborhood's all pretty much, you know, developed out, everybody's built already, you know,
that's the last lot over there.
Yeah, so it certainly seems like it would be, you know, more, there could possibly be more potential to make something happen there. I guess, I mean, if we could get the underwriters to approve something and come up with an offer that makes sense for both of us, I mean, is that something you would be ready to move forward with right away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't nothing holding me back. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it. And usually if we do get an offer approved, typically our average close timeline is usually within 30 to 60 days. Is there any reason something like that wouldn't work for you?
I don't know. I mean, if you to my 60, that'll put you in like November, December time frame. Now, why does it take so long? Because it's just property. You don't have to get anything. I mean, I got an appraisal, but the appraisal
Yeah,
came in at 150
yeah,
2 years ago.
I'm not saying that that's what they would do. I'm just saying our average,
Right.
like across all of our deals nationwide, somewhere between 30 to 60 days. And that's, there's a whole host of reasons, right? Sometimes it's, and like I said, a lot of it is properties that, exist and homeowners are living in or tenants are living in. So there's other factors that cause some of those timelines because we typically close with properties being vacant. This is a little bit of a different scenario. So we could probably close, I'm sure we could probably close sooner than 60 days. But just giving you the averages. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, but somewhere in that timeline, I mean, certainly no later than 60 days. I would say probably be closer to the 30-day timeline. So,
Well, let's see. The ball's in your court. Let's see what we got.
okay. All right, sounds good. Let me do this because most of the underwriting staff, they focus on the single families, and it's like right in the middle of lunch. I'm gonna have to go to one of the supervisors, have him take a look at this one since it's a vacant lot. Let me run this by him. I'll have him put together some figures if it's something we think we can make work, and then I can give you a call back maybe a little bit later this afternoon.
All right, man.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good, man. I appreciate your time.
All right, Chris.
All right, brother. See ya.
Take care.
All right, guys. So that one, I want to put in a little bit of due diligence on that one just because it is a vacant lot. It's in a nice area, 2.25 acres. I want to make sure that we're coming in with a solid value. I think we could probably get them right around 140, 150, realistically. And especially with the rapport. And see, that wasn't even a very long call. That call was, let me see here, 11 minutes. So 11 minutes, I can build really good rapport. And it's just being a human being. So like, if there's nothing else you guys take from my seller calls, I hope that you guys take away the rapport building side of things and just connecting, find something to connect on. Right. And, buddy of mine, you guys probably have heard of him, Tony Mont. One of the things he said he looks for in salespeople and acquisitions and dispositions people is people that have a lot of life experience. I mean, I'm only 41. I'll be 42 in 8 days. But I have a ton of life experience. I've lived all up and down the East Coast. I've been involved in so many different activities, sports, jujitsu, done sales in a bunch of different industries. So I have a ton of life experience. And so I can connect on so many different things with people. And I'm also just genuinely curious. Yeah, Veronica, just authentic, right? So the more you can be your authentic self with people on the phone, the more of a connection you're going to create. And it's just going to, attract people to you. You're going to make connections and people are going to want to do business with you, even if you make ridiculous lowball offers. Like I've made offers 50% of what people were asking for, and they're not hanging up on me, right? Whereas I've seen other people make offers that are $20,000 lower than what a seller is asking for, and just the way that they communicate, the way they deliver, they come across, like a car salesman, and they basically get, just hung up on, cursed out, that type of stuff. So, yeah, so hopefully you guys got some value out of that, but I'm going to circle back with that guy a little bit later this afternoon. So Veronica, how many sellers are you calling on a daily basis? So it's 12:55. About to right, I gotta respond to this email real quick. What's up, Christian?
Hey.
Yeah, I was just talking about rapport building and sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, bro. I'm just, you know what's funny? If somebody asks me what's up, I'm like, is that a real question? Because I'll tell you, like, let's go down the laundry list of things. You know, if they're like, how are you doing? Well, let's sit down and talk about it for a while. I'll tell you. As opposed to like, hey, good morning. I agree with you. It is a good morning. You're right.
Nice. Yeah, see,
Anyway,
when I say what's up, I'm always just like, what's up? How's it
colloquialism.
going? That type of thing. Not, what is the fully extensive list of activities that you're currently working on right now in this moment?
Like the 90s song, Tell Me All Your Thoughts on God, because I'd really love to meet her. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That 1990 song? Yeah. I'm like, I'll tell you all my thoughts. Just
Tell me all your thoughts on God.
okay, there you go. I didn't think
'Cause
I was
I'd
gonna get
really
to do
like to
karaoke.
meet her. Oh, this live has inspired you to get on seller calls. That's awesome, Veronica. Well,
Awesome,
then
man.
I know that's a big, like, that's a big leap. And I don't know if you come from a sales background or if you're the W-2 that you have is something where you're engaging with clients on a regular basis like this. So I totally understand how difficult that might be. Um, so soon I'll be sending you a few leads so you close them. Let's go. Bring them on. We'll definitely lock them up for you. But eventually, once 25 a day right now, I would say having 25 conversations is difficult, right? Because, you're not going to get a lot of people on the call. You really only need to have, 3 to 5 solid conversations a day to get real consistent, but it could take you 60 dials. So I would say having a daily goal of calling 25 people a day as you're still working a W-2, I think that's a really solid goal to shoot for. And then as you start to free up time in your calendar, maybe once you start making some money in the business, if the goal is to leave your W-2 and do this full time, then as you start to make some money and you can maybe ratchet down your hours, you could dial up the amount of hours that you are dialing and increase that goal. We generally have a goal of doing 60 dials a day, but remember, we double dial people that don't pick up, so that 60 is inclusive of the double dials, right? But really, 60 dials a day, 3 to 4 hours of talk time a day. And at the end of the day, I just really want to have good, solid conversations. So that's huge.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Veronica on the phone the other day about the boring reality of foundational business success. And part of it was getting your schedule in order. Super boring, but actually it can get exciting when you keep your eyes fixed on the vision, the goal, because you're going to be working towards that. And then you're going to also have an actual actionable time slot or time slots during your week to work on it. But it'll never be a topic that's not relevant. Time management and energy management, knowing and respecting the fact that if you're somebody like Chris, he's a father of a young child. I am too, of several. So you don't have as much energy. You can't just get off work and be like, all right, I'm off my W-2, 9 to 5 or whatever, and now it's time for me to to pour into this other job, when the reality is why'd you get into the business in the first place? So you could work 120 hours a week? No, probably not. Probably not at all.
Exactly.
And if you did, then good for you. You must be 18 or 20,
Exactly.
maybe.
Exactly.
Not when you're 40. And we're not this old yet, but when we get to that, Lord willing, the 50s and 60s, like, we don't want to be working that much. I want to work. I was made to work. In fact, we all were made to work. It's good to put our hands to
Yep.
work to do something. Idle hands, it's just people retire and then they pass away, unfortunately. So keep it up, but enjoy what
Yep.
you do. Plan for the future. So I know that's super boring, but it's absolutely relevant.
Totally.
Absolutely
Totally.
relevant.
I'm going to step away real quick. I just have to go hit the bathroom, but I'm going to leave you guys with Christian, and I will be right back shortly.
Man, in context, what was about to come out of my mouth was play with the snake, because I legit meant the snake behind you in the cage. But then you said bathroom, and I'm like, no, wait, I gotta let the cat's out of the bag. Anyway, all right.
Oh, man. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, shoot your questions. I'm not going to do live dispo calls, but maybe if it's in high demand, I will, because we actually do live, or we do dispo calls. I dial them all day. But if you guys want to see that and hear that, I'll do that. Not right now, but in the meantime, I'll answer any of your questions, including what hair gel do I use. Chris is going to be right back, and he's going to continue with the calls. He's going to continue with the dials to try and lock up these contracts, which the first one he wasn't even able to get a hold of. So the one that's about to close today. So send in your questions as opposed to just listening to me ramble. Veronica said, okay, that includes hangups. Yeah, when he's talking about the dials, yeah, the metrics, 60 dials is the goal. 3 to 4 hours of talk time every day. Those are the metrics that we're using on the acquisition side. And the dispo side, I'm still trying to put together some metrics that make sense for that, because it seems like every deal we have is different depending on what the structure of it is. I'm dispoing this deal right now that we just got locked up, and it should move pretty quickly. I'm building out a profile on InvestorLift for it. But I know that out of the 6 of you that are watching, go ahead and show me some love. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. And ask any questions, give some feedback, tell me what you think Chris did well. And don't worry, I'll coach him on getting those things dialed in. He taught me what he knows about sales, and then I taught him what I know about real estate. And then I forgot some of it because I was focused on other things, and then he re-taught me. So thanks for the love. Veronica says, yes, we must focus on what matters. Thank you, Christian. I'm calling, getting no's, not interested. I'm not selling. I say, okay, thank you, I won't. And I can fill in the blank there. Either I won't let it discourage me, or I won't something. But yeah, I like how he keeps people on the phone. Yeah, so do I. There's a healthy balance between getting on the phone, reaching the point, and building rapport. Chris and I last night after the day was done, we're talking about the healthy balance between keeping the calls tight. Because notice, he's got 25 years of sales experience. It's longer than that now. And since 2009, I've been doing the real estate business, but we're looking at it from the perspective of how can we continue to get better. We've continued to pour into our education and stuff like that. But part of it is bouncing things off each other, right? If you don't have a business partner, that's okay. I didn't for a very long time. But yes, asking more questions, Veronica, that's always good. And it's also asking the right questions. So when you're on a seller lead conversation, you want to make sure that those questions are layered. And everybody knows what layering questions is, right? Or layering questions are. We want to make sure that there's a reason behind the question that we're asking. And also for Chris, there's a reason behind the way in which he's asking the question. So he tries to get a negative response that's positive for him, right? I didn't catch you at a bad time, did I? Right? So he wants that answer to be, no, you didn't. Now, of course, there's a little bit of NLP, and there's a lot of people that I know that are NLP practitioners. We're not selling NLP. We're not saying it's the end all be all. Human to human communication. The best type of communication is the communication that meets that person on the other end of the phone line where they're at. I'm not going to start pontificating and postulating the realities of existence existentially and use big flowery words when the person on the other end is like, yo, what's up, man? I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's up? This is Christian, Lazarus Property Group. I got your number here in front of me. I was giving you a call. My team had referred your property on 123 Main Street as a potential purchase. Are you interested? Instead of the other way. But if the dude on the other end of the line or gal is like, well, hello, darling. How may I help you? Well, then obviously I'm going to change the way in which I speak a little bit. So that's matching and mirroring. Again, can be argued that it's some sort of NLP, but the reality is you just want to meet the person where they're at. And what does he say about the contracts? It's written in third grade English, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but just so that it's super clear for all parties to understand. And I think that's a really good way to phrase that. And I don't know that that was in the script. I think that he just kind of made that up on the cuff and it worked. Just like the pitch for making novations, it allows us to pre-market the property. And if somebody says, hey, I'll give you $1 billion for that you, as the seller, you're not going to be mad at me or the company for making that difference, that we get to keep whatever the difference is. And, you know, he said, his accent, man, there's gold in them hills. So yeah, I like it too. That's why he's on the phones with sellers. I could be, but that's not really my speed. Veronica, you may be somebody who is excited about making seller lead calls. You may also be somebody who thrives in another environment, analyzing deals. I'm underwriting all of these deals. I don't even know if that's like my flow. Myers-Briggs is a good personality check for either anybody you hire or yourself, so you can get to know yourself more. And I'm an INFJ, the advocate, kind of like a mix between introvert and extrovert. So it tells me a lot about myself, but really what it does is inform me that I'm likely to succeed in one area versus the other. But I'm happy to, as you might see in some of the other lives or half of the videos or more on our channel, get in front of the camera, talk to you guys, say, you know, answer your questions, and also just share what is going to benefit you because it's benefited us. Okay, not excited about making these calls, but I'll get there. Yeah, Veronica, tell me what your biggest challenge is with that, because it could be any number of things. A lot of times when people get started real estate investing, they look at it and they say, the biggest challenge isn't actually communicating. It's not a fear of rejection. It's that I just don't feel as confident in the business as I want to be. And the answer that I would give you if it's the latter is you'll get there. And you also at the same time don't need to get there. I know that sounds crazy. Do you need to get to be in a position of being an expert? No, not really. And by the way, this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy. So let me share with you how you can still be super successful at real estate and not be the expert at all things. That's the misquote that's always been stated, a jack of all trades and a master at none. That's not right. It's a master of one, jack of all trades and a master at one. You want to outsource to the right people, and those are your title companies that you know understand the types of transactions you're doing on a regular basis, right? And leverage their expertise. And if you don't know something, ask. Literally yesterday, I'm going to tell you a story that's going to benefit you, and by the end, you're going to know that you don't need to know everything because it's coming from me, somebody who's been doing this business since 2009. I placed a phone call to one of our title reps in a different state, in a different city, who was using nomenclature I didn't get, and I've been doing this again since 2009. And I said their last name. I'm not going to say who they are, but it was a unique last name, and I basically said, like, hey, did I pronounce that right? And she said, yes, you did. That's awesome. And I was like, great. Now that makes one of the three things that I needed clarity on clear. There's two more things. In this email, you were asking for it was a conveyancer. Now, I know what a conveyancer is, but that's not the language we use in any of the states we've invested in. And I said, what exactly do you need of a conveyancer specifically? And I said, just please clarify that for me because I don't know everything, even though I've been doing this for a while. Different states call, the same thing by a different name. So she explained it, and I said, oh, great. Well, thank you so much. And then she said, well, we need a notarization of a deed package for the second thing. And I said, okay, cool. So I understand that we need, and I just listed them out in a normal transaction, this notarized and the closing docs have to be signed. But I'm not sure about the nomenclature that you're using. So can you please clarify that also for me? And then she did. So here's the point. Remember I said after I tell you this, you're going to know it's okay to not be an expert at everything because you don't need to be. She was perfectly polite, very sweet, explained to me everything that she meant by that because in her area, that's what she calls those things. And I said, great, I'm familiar with all of those. They just go by different names, right? So whether or not you knew the alternative, which might be more common of, the deed package, the conveyancer, and those, you knew what those were. If you didn't know what those were, you still call up and you ask the same question. You ask the same question. Hey, I'm a little unclear about the next steps. In your email, you said X, Y, and Z. Leverage the expertise of your team. You do not need to know everything. Just get out there and do it. And then ask in the comment section on these lives, hey, I got this deal under contract and the title rep sent me this thing and said I need to get X, Y, and Z and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Help. Do it. We'll do it. We'll help. So I was just helping the audience, kind of encouraging them. Hopefully that was encouraging to know that if they're just getting started, they don't need to know everything. They literally shouldn't strive to be an expert in real estate investing. They should try and master one thing. They could be a jack of all trades, but master one thing and just outsource the rest.
Find your zone of genius, right? And like for me, my zone of genius is really getting on seller calls, negotiating, so whether it's sellers or whether it's buyers, like negotiating in some capacity, but, sellers is definitely my strong suit. I can negotiate with buyers. I can do transaction coordination stuff. I can do all these different things and I have, more out of necessity, but I would rather outsource those things to people that are going to do it better than me. They're going to get more fulfilled from it than me. Like our TC, Carolina, she really enjoys that side of the work. She doesn't enjoy getting on the phone with sellers and having those conversations and, doing all that stuff. Whereas I get recharged and energized, like I could be on calls all day and I get out and I'm like, man, I'm like pumped up, but if you put me in front of a computer and I have to be, doing tasks and TC work and emails and spreadsheets and other things, it literally sucks the life out of me. I'll get exhausted from it. So find the area that, really gets you energized and focus on that. And it could be getting on the phone with sellers. It might not be, and that's okay.
Yeah. One more question here that came in. What type of hair gel do you use?
That's definitely not a Chris Deal question.
Oh, that's for you. Yeah, no, specifically it says, Chris Deal, what type of hair gel do you use?
Oh, yeah. So the hair gel that I use is actually the same chemicals that jet planes use to lube up the front of the jet plane to make them reduce drag because, I'm trying to reduce drag with this slow, low profile.
That's how you got black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Not a black belt in jiu-jitsu yet.
I mean, that's how you're gonna become a black belt because
yes,
more aerodynamic.
Exactly.
All right, back to the phones, guys. I'll pop back on here and there, but I'll be underwriting in the background. And obviously, this is what we're doing together to make real estate investing easy.
Yes, exactly. So, all right. So, Christian, I'll send you the details for that vacant lot for you to underwrite. And then in the meantime, I have to follow up with this seller and hopefully lock a contract up. So Veronica, you might see a live contract come up here in un momento. So let's see what happens.
Awesome. Peace.
All right. Where is he at? Okay, where the heck did he go? There it is. So your goal is to make 50,000 by the end of this year. Okay. And that's a great goal. Have you made anything? So are we starting from zero, or are you halfway there, a quarter of the way there, 3,000 in, 20,000 in? Where are you at right now? All right. And while you're responding to that, I'm going to go ahead and call this seller.
5309.
Let's give him a second call.
5309254649 is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
Okay, so he didn't answer, so I'm going to put him back on my calendar for a little later this afternoon. So this is the guy I made an offer to previously. And let's see here. He might call me right back here in a minute, though. Okay, so Veronica, you're starting from zero. So we've all been there. I started at zero, and Christian started at zero as well. So it is September. Now, the first year that I was in the business, the first deal that I got across the finish line was a deal that I locked up in September, and it might have been October. I could probably pull it up. I think it actually might have been, let me see here. I can tell you exactly when it was. Funding report. Let's go funded date, filter. So, okay, so I locked it up on October 20th, and it was, so I locked it up on October 20th of 2020, and it closed on December 9th. And on that one, we made, actually, I'll show you the check because we have it hanging here in the office. Just want to give you, oh, great, and it ripped the paint off. So this is the check right here for $40,250. Now the $250 was our earnest money. We got our earnest money back. But yeah, so this deal was our very first deal, and that one we locked up on October 20th, and then it closed on December 9th. So it's very much possible for you to make close to $50,000 before the end of the year. What? Yeah, it's absolutely possible. Yeah, so you're starting from zero. So I'm just getting on this phone with the intention to bring value to sellers calling vacant properties and foreclosures. Perfect. Yeah, so I would make sure with foreclosures, I would make sure you know what steps you can take to help resolve their foreclosure problem, depending on how far along into the process they are. If and vacant properties, yeah, you just have to dial through a bunch of them, and eventually you'll get people on the phone and get them hopefully interested in an offer, and then get them over the finish line. So, but let me know any way that I can help support you in that. I'm happy to get involved, whether it's getting on calls or if you want to tee those up. One thing you could also do is look at those through the lens of, I just want to manage those leads. So get on the phone and filter through those leads to find people that are ready for an offer. And then you can tee those up to me to close. And then if I close them, then we can help you dispo them, and, we'll split those deals or whatever. But then that way you can at least get in the habit of filtering through the leads and hopefully getting those teed up and being ready for an offer. And then, I can step in and help you out, close them, and get those over the finish line for you. All right, so I'm going to follow up with this other seller. So we market, we're doing nationwide PPC, but our primary markets are Indianapolis, Ohio, Florida, Southern California, all over. What market are you looking at? California. Okay, what part of California? Okay. California, my backyard is not market, but could call anywhere, especially if you help with the closing. Palm Springs. Okay, so are you focusing on the Palm Springs area?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not.
Okay, no answer. Calling San Diego too? Oh, perfect. Yeah, anybody you get in San Diego, like hit me up because we can absolutely lock up those deals. And we might actually be a buyer for them, depending on the deal. Okay, so let's get a new lead. Looks like we get a bunch of Memphis.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may cause.
Let's try that again.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry.
Okay, so let's go ahead and that's a no answer. See how long we've been on this live for an hour and 17 minutes, almost, or sorry, 117 minutes, almost 2 hours. Perfect. All right. So sometimes you don't get a lot of people picking up the phone. So we've had about 27 dials and 31 minutes of talk time. So we're just going to keep cranking away. I'm going to keep dialing here on this until 2 p.m. So we got another 32 minutes. So I'm just going to dial through that. If I get somebody on the call, then we'll run that call until it's fruition. So I'll be shutting down this live either at 2 or after 2 if I end up on a call that runs longer. So let's see here. Oh, the old pick up and hang up. That's why we double dial.
Hello.
Hey, is Derek there?
No, call back.
Okay. When's a better time? All right. I guess we're going to call back. Quail Valley. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Myra. It's Chris.
Yes,
How are you?
Chris.
Yeah,
I'm good.
good, good. Yeah, I was calling you about your property on Big Range Road, Quail Valley.
Okay.
Looks like you had spoken to one of my referral partners not too long ago, and they had paired your property with us because they thought we'd be a good fit. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, that is the property you own, right? Over in Quail Valley on Big Range?
Yes.
Okay, got it. And that's something you were considering selling at this point?
Oh, it's actually for sale. I did put it for sale.
Oh, you listed it on market?
Yes.
Oh, nice. How's that going for you?
Right now it's a little slow, but
Yeah.
you know, I barely like listed it like a couple weeks ago. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just pulled it up, pulled up the listing. Nice. Oh, wow. So wait, is that the whole four garages? That's all part of that same house?
Yes.
Nice.
And the whole first floor is like a garage, so it's huge.
Got it. Okay. Wow, this is a really cool house.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of potential. I mean, it does need a little update, but, you know, that garage is amazing, especially for that location. I mean, nobody really has that, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's got you wanting to sell it?
Well, I'm into real estate myself, so I want to start something different.
Got it. Okay. Nice. What do you do in real estate?
I'm a realtor myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Got it. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna start building a house right now, so.
Oh, sweet. Where are you building?
It's over here in Paris.
Oh, okay. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, we're based out of San Diego, so we're investors. You know, we will buy and fix and flip and, you know, buy and hold properties, you know, all over. We're working all over the country too. So we're, you know, we're in about 14 different markets. So, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, have you gotten any traction on this? Have you gotten any interest?
Yeah, I have. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, that garage, it's one of the main attraction, you know, of the house. And so there has been a few people that are looking at the garage because they have too many vehicles or you know, toys or RVs. And that location, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but two of the garage doors, they fit RV.
Nice.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's awesome. Got it. Okay. And like, did you live in this property or was it a rental?
No, it's vacant. It's vacant right now.
Oh, okay. Got it. So you just bought it to flip it or?
Well, I was gonna actually remodel it, but then I decided not to. I'm just gonna do a new house instead.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, most likely, I mean, you know, I don't have to tell you this, but yeah, you'll probably get more on the market for it. And since you're, you know, you're the agent, obviously, you know, you don't have the commissions to worry about and everything. I mean, what do you think the lowest is that you would take on it?
I don't know. I mean, you can just tell me, give me an offer, because I know that it's gonna, you know, it's gonna come out lower. But I mean, it depends on the offer.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Do you have a mortgage on it?
There is,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can take it to the team and see, I mean, if it was fully renovated to 2024 standards, like what do you think it would sell for?
Well, I don't know because I've seen, the houses around, and there's like different prices. That house in particular is like literally like one street away from the lake.
Mhm.
The second floor is basically where the house is at, and it has a beautiful view. It has amazing an extra little like one bedroom like little apartment downstairs, like next to the garage. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I talked to some of the neighbors. They did, mention obviously a bigger number, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, once renovated, I don't know exactly how much it will go for, but it has to go for more.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Um, hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's, most of the stuff. I mean, I'm just looking at the solds. I mean, it seems like the only stuff that's selling for over $1 million is like right on the lake.
Yeah. Yes, but like I said, and this is the main thing of the house. Every person that's been there, they're all like amazed by the garage because all the houses there, they have a tiny garage. The outside is full of cars. I have one of the neighbors there. It's a friend, and he tells me like, oh my God, I'm paying like $3,000 to store my toys. He has a bunch of little cars and stuff, and
Yep.
he stores them nearby. He pays $3,000 just to store them because there's no room. All the houses there, they don't have that. So the fact that this house has that amazing garage, it's a big plus for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it can be right for the right, for the right person.
For the right person. I understand that it has to be for the right person. One of the clients, one of the people that went there to see it, he has 8 cars that he collects. He collects older cars, and he was like, "Oh my God! I mean, I could just store all my cars right here. They fit." And to have that in this community, it's amazing. Like I haven't seen a single house with that, big of a garage. But
Yeah.
I mean, the only issue with him, it was that he was an older man. He told me if I was 10 years younger, I would not even think about it. But I don't know, because I did tell him, you need to renovate the house a little bit or update it. He's like, but he was an older man. He's like, I don't know if I want that right now. Like, oh, if I was 10 years younger, oh my God, I would not even think about it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But I mean, yes, it's for the right person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got you. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems like you're holding out for kind of like the unicorn buyer, at that price point and everything. I mean, this is like people buying over $1 million don't also want to have to put, $150,000
Yes, which I'm aware of. I mean,
so.
I'm aware of, but and I'm aware that whenever I receive an offer, it's gonna be for less. That's what but like I said, I mean, you can shoot me an offer and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost guarantee an offer we send over would just offend you and piss you off. So I'd rather just end on a positive note and say maybe we can do some business together in the future,
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time and, wish you the best with it. If anything changes, if you have trouble moving it, over the next, 60, 90 days, definitely reach out, we can certainly talk and see if there's something we can come up with. The only other thing that I could think of, I don't know how much the mortgage balance is but if you got a good interest rate on it, maybe there's some sort of terms we could come up with, that might make more sense.
No, it's not bad, honestly. I mean, that's why I'm not pressured or in a rush. That's why I'm like, gonna see how this works out. And
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll stay in touch, and if anything changes, feel free to give us a call.
Okay, I will.
All
I'll
right.
save your number.
All right. Thanks, Myra. See ya.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Agreed, Nate. Yeah, definitely not motivated. She's a listing agent, and yeah. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's some that are like, oh, just make an offer to everybody that wants to hear it. It's like, you got to jump through a bunch of hoops. And it's like, I don't have time to do all that, but I do want to keep the relationship and, keep her motivated, to communicate with us in some capacity. I mean, but that one is, I don't even know if that's worth even following up on. So yeah, you're right, man. It is tough when they're agents. Especially, it kind of seems like she's probably not a super active agent. Just a couple of the little things she said, like, oh yeah, what's the garage? It's the biggest garage. Like, it's a 4. So here, let me I'll just show you guys because this thing is wild. And I think it'll help you kind of like understand what exactly I'm actually looking at on this one. So this is the property. Look at the front of this house. It's 4-car garage, and 2 of the garages. That's why I asked her. I was like, wait, are all those garages? I thought this I thought it was like a duplex or something, It's like, okay, this half is one, this half is the other, but no, this is one house, guys. And 2 of the garages are for RVs. So first off, like, she's thinking that this thing is going to add so much value, right? You look at the map, these are the sold comps in the last 6 months. If we go back 12 months, the only things that are over $1 million are on the water. And if we look at them, this thing's probably renovated. Yeah, see, this thing's nicely renovated. So she is out of her mind on this valuation, 1.15. Oh, the garage is going to sell it. First off, how many people do you know that own an RV? Right? That's a very limited number of people. Now, how many of those people that own an RV own 2 RVs and need parking for those 2 RVs plus their cars? Like, this lady is completely out of her mind, right? The only way that this would make, and then keep in mind, it needs to be fully renovated. This is like this thing is so dated. Like, whoever lived here before was definitely like a baller back in like the 70s, with this pimp, little pad right here. This thing is like crazy. It's got good views too, but like, yeah, the only way I would see this being like any type of reasonable deal would be if you converted the downstairs, basically scrapped it, like half of it, and turned like half of it into additional living space. Pink carpet 2025 is so 25. Yeah, exactly. This is making a comeback. Hey guys, mullets are back in fashion. All the outfits from the 80s and all the bright colors, those are all back in fashion. This is going to come back into style. I'm telling you guys, you just wait. 2025. Yeah, she should have changed the carpet. She could have done anything. I don't understand it. So, anyway, she's absolutely out of her mind. Definitely not a super active agent. I don't even want to go down the rabbit trail, but I would imagine if we looked her up, she probably has less than 5, maybe 10 transactions on the year at best. Actually, let's just see. Myra Sandoval. Realtor. Let's see. Rancho Cucamonga. Mode Estates. Is that her? The Mode Agency. Yeah, it definitely looks like it needs a refresh. Realtor.com. Listings and sales. Okay, so the only sale she has is from 2021. So what that tells me is that she probably got her license to buy and sell her own house. And that, like, yeah, and Veronica, I'm not trying to like clown her or anything like that, but this is why, like, when somebody says they're an agent, like, you don't just take their word for it, right? Because anybody can be an agent. It doesn't take much to get your license. You don't need to know anything about real estate. All you need to know is about legal and ethical things. That's all that's on the test. It's all legal and ethics. So that's really all you have to know. But the reality is, like, there's a difference between an active agent and somebody who just got their license to buy and sell their own houses. Yeah, I don't think she has any clue about this one. That thing's going to sit there for probably a year and a half. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at okay. Christian underwrote that vacant lot and basically said, purchase price, nothing. Run from this deal. All right. So yeah, we're gonna not call that guy back right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill this one. Okay, next one, Fernando in Anaheim. Hey, Fernando, this is Chris. Can you hear me? Good, good. Yeah, I was reaching out to you about your property on Mira Court. I think it's unit 139. Looks like it was referred to us by one of our referral companies, and looks like you were considering selling that property at some point. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Well, it's always a bad time because I get these calls every day, but what's up?
I gotcha. I hear you, man. I get a ton of calls on my house too, man. So I totally understand. Well, yeah, it looks like they had mentioned that I guess you're just kind of getting up there in age and just, not really looking to continue taking care of this property, or, this property is a little much for you to take care of at this point.
Well, I'm in a condo, so it's getting taken care of, except for the inside. Because of my age, I'm unable to take care of the inside, so I need it brought up to date.
Got it.
But
Okay.
but there is a plan, I'm going to empty it out and turn it over to my daughter.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And let her do it. I have a budget set aside for that.
For the renovations?
So, yeah, I'm taken care of. I don't know who called you.
Got it. Okay. All right.
You know,
So
I don't have anybody identified, but you know, in cleaning up a place, it's easier when it's empty.
yeah.
So I want to be out of here, and so somebody can just come in and clean it up.
Okay. Got it. Where do you already
So,
have a place that you're planning to move to?
well, yeah, I'm gonna be dead, either that or or go live with my daughter.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And I've already got all the papers and everything are taken care of, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
got you.
I don't know where this came from, but I don't want to put you through a bunch of shit when it's not ready.
Yeah.
Because my plan is to do it when it's empty,
Okay.
empty it out and do it.
Got it. I understand. Well, just to give you a little bit of background about like who we are, what we do, and by the way, I do have to let you know the call may be monitored or recorded for quality and training purposes. So we are generally looking for properties to put in our portfolio for one of two reasons. Either we're going to take it on and fix it, update it and put it back on the market and sell it, or we
Uh-huh.
would buy it and keep it as a rental. Okay.
Uh,
So it sounds like, you're going to have your daughter kind of take over. She's going to do the renovation and update it and then sell it. Is that kind of what you guys are thinking?
well, or rent it, I don't know. You know, that leaves to be determined. I'm really against real estate companies buying up and maintaining an inventory because it takes takes stuff off the market for young families, and there's a lot of that going down. They're you know they're screwing young people because they hold them and don't allow the market to determine prices for young folks.
I gotcha. Yeah, I think you're kind of referring to like those big like hedge fund companies like BlackRock and that type of stuff, where they're just buying up thousands and thousands of houses and everything. Little bit
Yeah.
different than our company. We're just like a small mom and pop outfit. So, it's a couple families that run the company, and we just look to purchase properties. We'll usually renovate them and then put them back on the market, make a little bit of money, put some food on the table. Every once in a while, we'll keep one in the portfolio as a rental property. But that's not like our main focus. Our main focus is fixing and flipping
Uh-huh.
properties, so that way a
Well,
new family can come in to a fully remodeled home. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, there's even the politicians are starting to look at that too, that there isn't enough inventory for young families to buy.
Yeah.
So, they take care of the young folks instead of trying to pick their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Well, yeah, I mean, does your daughter have experience with renovating a property?
Well, that's not, you just have to find the right guy. There's people like yourself who take care of that as long as they have a reasonable honesty and don't, give them good prices.
Yeah, gotcha. But I mean, I guess the question I was getting at was more, does she have experience like managing a rehab like that with a contractor? Has she done that before?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, got it.
I,
Well,
I, I've done my own stuff over the years,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I have some concern about that, and I have a social conscience that the market is fucked right now.
Yeah, I agree. The inflation has been absolutely atrocious and has definitely put all of us in a tough spot. myself, I'm kind of in that situation as well. My wife and I are just getting to a position where we're hopefully going to close on our first house next month, God willing. But yeah, it's certainly tough, so I totally.
Well, it pisses me off that a young family can't get started. These frickin' prices around here. My neighbors get all excited. You know what it's worth now? I don't give a shit. If the young people can't buy it with 2 kids, what good are we?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's, and that's the symptom of, California politics, um,
Yeah.
all the spending and everything, and the inflation, and, programs that are not really helping, our citizens get the help that they need, and, get on their feet and be able to do what they need to do,
Yeah.
So bad policies, but I mean, it's still a beautiful state, and there's still some opportunity. Again, we're not, our goal, like I said,
Well,
is usually just coming in and renovating, but
it's not just California.
yeah,
It's everywhere.
yeah. I mean, the affordability is definitely, has definitely gone through the roof everywhere, but California is definitely on the forefront of that for sure.
Very, very much so.
Yeah. So.
I'm a working guy, and this freaking house just ain't worth what they're selling for.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what inflation will do. Well, I mean, here's the thing, our company, we've been around, we've been doing business since, 2009. Like I said, it's a small family run outfit. We just flip a few properties a year, just to put food on the table, and, every once in a while pick up a rental property along the way. We're not looking to get, we're certainly not getting rich off of, one property by any means. We just look to do fair business. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, I can give you my contact info. And,
You know what? I'd like to have that, because you're the first one who's come at me that way, understanding my mindset that I'm an inevitable sale, but I'm just not ready right now.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
When it goes, it's going to happen quick, and
Yeah.
my daughter will be in charge of it. So let me get a pen. I appreciate that. God damn it. Here it comes. All right.
All right. So my name is Chris Deal.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, Chris. And my last name is Deal. Deal, like let's make a deal.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Blessed with a great name for this business. And our company is called Lazarus Property Group, like Lazarus from the Bible.
Uh-huh.
And, because the goal is to bring new life to dead homes, not to imply that your home is dead by any means, but, that's kind of we resurrect homes. And our telephone number here is 619
619
525
525
525 7132. You want to read that back to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
That's cool. No one's given me. but I'm a little hard to talk to because I was a sales manager for Lucent Technologies for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sensitive to this stuff. I understand sales and I understand the motivation, but once I read that Zillow was just buying up all the inventory, I started to get pissed because there's a lot of young families.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They're holding it by just to pump the price.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And then
100%.
It's getting interesting though because politics is starting to take care of some of that. There's, let's see who gets into office because one party, I don't want to get political, is planning to grow the inventory with advantages to home buyers.
Yeah, and in some respects, like some of that type of stuff is can be beneficial. On the flip side, we've seen it with colleges and university costs, where anytime the government subsidizes anything, it doesn't really solve the problem. Usually it just creates more of the problem. And so, with the government backed, financing for colleges and university, all it did was incentivize colleges and universities to increase their prices astronomically, to where now you can't get out of college without a couple $100,000 of debt, and it's because you have guaranteed, they're guaranteed to get paid. So who has the answer? I don't know. But it's definitely, I agree with you that, what we've currently been doing is certainly not working at a really high level. And, we have to think like yourself, right? Like think about the next generation and who we're leaving it behind. I have a 21-month-old daughter, and, since we had her, my views have changed pretty dramatically about like, what do we do to resolve these challenges?
Well, I don't know what the answers are, but big companies know they own everything.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And they control it.
Yep.
And
Which
they've over the years they've learned how to get control over the pricing and the market and inventories. They handle it all now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and especially what's crazy is when I was growing up, when I was a kid, we were taught like, oh yeah, monopolies, can't exist. And it seems like more and more these days, there's more and more monopolies that just don't look like what a monopoly looks like, like where you have these major holding corporations own, 100 different companies. And it's like, sure, they're separate companies, but if, it's like if the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys are owned by the same person, then it doesn't matter who wins the Super Bowl because that person is the one winning,
Yep. Well,
So-
when I was young, when I first got out of the Corps, there used to be a lot of small grocery stores. They're gone.
Yeah.
They were on every corner. They were proprietor owned, and now they're just gone.
Yeah. Sorry, did you say you were in the
They're
Marine
all-
Corps?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
It's over, but we never stop. We're in the next set of wars.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Where did you serve?
Vietnam.
Oh man. God bless you. And I'm sure you saw some terrible stuff.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yeah. Well, my grandfather served in World War II, and he had some stories for sure. So
Well,
always,
that's the reason I went into the Corps, because I had uncles that were killed, and my own father served in the South Pacific.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, it was interesting as a boy. Every street was loaded with uniform guys in those days. That was interesting. You know, we used to have blackouts and shit like that. And so I grew up a little bit different, and so I just followed them all in.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, by the way, I one thing I forgot to give you is our website too. If you want to check out our website anytime.
I would love to.
Great.
What is it?
It's www.
Yeah.
Dot Laz Prop. So it's LAZ. And then
Yep. Laz.
yeah, it's just Laz Prop. So LAZ, P is in Peter,
yeah.
ROP.com.
I'm fascinated by the choice of names. Are you in the ownership of that company?
I'm one of the partners in the company. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It implies some religious connection, which I find a plus.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious guy, but I find that chosen name implies some kind of I don't know. It's beckoning.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we're all believers here, and you know, we know not everybody believes what we believe, but you know, our goal is, you know, we don't work for others, you know, we're working unto the Lord, and you know, we want to do right by people and treat people with respect and dignity, and you know, take care of them, and you know, make sure that, you know, they're being handled with care, because people are in, you know, a lot of the people we deal with are in difficult situations.
Over the years, I have lost my faith, and I have had it. But the more I see, the less I believe anymore. And it doesn't matter, you know. It's your morals and principles that get you through life. And in a way, that's religion. But it's gone away from me, and it's just from what I see, and it just ain't there.
Yeah, I can certainly understand that position.
There's billions of planets, and we're a little tiny one, but so it's gone for me, and I can't recover it. But I have had some seriously religious times when I was younger. It doesn't fit for me anymore. And it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
Well.
And I'm sorry about that, as I miss it. But it didn't change the way I view the world or things.
Yeah.
So anyway, I apologize for that, but that's what's happened to me.
No, you don't have to apologize. I totally understand. I mean, life can beat us down, and you know, we have to persevere, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, in my view, what really sets us apart from animals is our faith, you know. Otherwise, you know, it's just you know, it's survival of the fittest, you know. And
I understand it, and a matter of fact, I revere those who have managed to maintain that faith, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's not easy. It's certainly not
There's
easy.
hundreds and billions of planets.
Hmm.
How come just this one little tiny one? It
That
doesn't make sense to me.
that's the mystery, right? Is why would we be chosen? And I've wrestled with that myself, certainly plenty of times, and it's like, why wouldn't everyone be saved? And then the flip side is like, well, why, considering how terrible humans are, like, why is anyone saved? You know?
Yeah.
But obviously, I know it's a personal thing, and I know it's something we all wrestle with, and I don't mean any disrespect by this at all, but I'll certainly be praying for you as you go through and wrestle with that, continually.
Well, everything bothers me, Chris.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. I mean, Trump got his ear pinched, and the father of two little girls get killed.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Where's the logic? Are you running this place or not?
Yeah.
Why are little children in wheelchairs on oxygen with cancer and all of that shit? Why do you let that happen to me? So anyway, that's me.
Yeah.
And I don't hold it against anybody, and I'm really sorry that I have that attitude. And it's nice of you to to share your thoughts. That was nice. But
Yeah.
it's too late to change me. I'm 82, and I see this shit happening all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Well, I'll tell you, it's never too late. I've seen God do some amazing things and even just in my own life, I've seen God do amazing things, and I don't believe it's too late. I think and it's okay for you to feel that way. It's okay to vent and be mad, and there's times that I feel mad at the world, and question God's goodness. And I mean, just to give you a little personal perspective, my life, my wife and I spent 7 or 8 years trying to get pregnant, and it never worked. We tried everything, and then finally we ended up adopting our daughter. And there was a lot of times where we were really
Yeah.
really heartbroken through that process.
I'm really big on young families. They need a boost.
Yeah, I agree. But
When I got out of the Corps, I maintained my household on my salary. I bought a home for my family, and I was the only one that worked. My wife stayed home. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
certainly takes a lot of sacrifice, that's for sure. My wife and I are going through that now. She's staying home with the baby, and to kind of finish that story though, like I said, I mean, we were heartbroken through that whole process, but looking back on it, if we had gotten pregnant, we wouldn't have the daughter that we have, and we adopted her, and she's a huge blessing in our lives. And and so I understand, so the ultimately the point that I was sharing is mainly that, like, yeah, we were going through a lot of heartbreak and a lot of problems and everything, and challenges, but the blessing on the other end of that is our daughter, and I know it's not always as, as black and white as that. And there's a lot of terrible situations and people in terrible situations that have to endure terrible things,
My attitude today is I give you credit for that. You managed that and you took the necessary actions to build your family with whatever's available to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did that, you and your wife.
Yeah.
So I have an attitude adjustment coming.
I hear you. I hear you. Well,
And
yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and that's one of the things I love about this, what I get to do is just talk to people, and get to know different people from different walks of life and with different experiences and everything. And
the truth is, you gave me some insight to who you are, and consequently, I want to deal with you, but I'm not quite ready,
yeah, no, I totally understand. I definitely
And
understand.
It's inevitable. It's coming.
Yeah.
And whether I go live with my daughter or whether I die, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And I'm really sad that I have such an attitude. Can't help it. I've seen too much, and
Yeah.
I see it every day. A person like you who takes the bull by the horns and manages his own life and his own family, I credit you for doing that. You and your wife.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's not easy, that's for sure.
Well, I just see it getting more and more difficult for young families.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. That's for sure. Well,
Anyway,
just
I don't want to keep you.
oh no,
Although I appreciate.
you're totally fine. Just out of curiosity, what do you think your time frame might be, so that I can follow up with you in, a reasonable manner?
Yeah, well, I've taken care of everything. My house is paid. I don't owe anything. My truck is new. I own that, and I'm just letting it play out now. This all my property and all my assets are going to be turned over to my daughter to manage, and I've gotten to a space to where I don't know yet. Kind of has to do a lot with my probably my daughter.
What was your daughter's name?
Tara.
Tara. Got it.
Yeah, and I've got it all in trust. So I've taken care of business.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I could go down today. Being 85, I'm overdue.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly are like right. I think what's the average? I think you're right about the average age for men in this country these days. So, you're every day is a blessing at this point, right?
Well, that's on your viewpoint. I've had enough of those blessings. They always seem to hit me over the top of my head. I'm sorry about that, and I'm sad for me regarding that. But I've got one schizophrenic son who had a good career. So I'm just questioning why.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. You've been through a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a reason and how to fix it.
Yeah.
Having been in the Corps, affected me a lot.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway, thanks, Chris. I'm going to keep this number. It's probably one that I need.
Yeah. Well, I would love to help you out any way that I can, and whether that means we end up purchasing the house or not.
I'm gonna share this with my daughter, so she has called this guy
Okay.
because the body of gone. I've
Yeah.
got the one call does it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can absolutely help her out and help you out, when the time is right. And, whatever that looks like I said, whether that means we buy the house or not, anything we could do to help out, we're happy to be involved.
That does to be discussed with a professional like yourself. What is the right thing to do at this time?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be enough cash available with my savings, insurance, and my house is paid for. It's only worth about $600K right now, but it's all cash.
Yeah.
So,
well,
what she does would be up to a conversation between yourself and her.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, one thing, and I don't want to make it confusing or anything at all, but one thing that a lot of sellers in your position end up doing for the benefit of their kids that they're leaving the stuff behind for is when they have a house that's paid off, and and they're looking at the inevitability of their passing. Oftentimes we can structure like a seller financing scenario where basically that asset, because obviously you spent time, money, and energy to gain that asset, right? And if you look at that asset like an orange tree, right? If you just simply sell it, you're effectively chopping down the orange tree, and and your daughter is getting the oranges that currently exist on the orange tree. But when we purchase on seller finance, we basically make the seller the bank in that scenario, and so they can then get some interest on top of the purchase price spread out over time. So rather than just getting the value of the tree as a whole right now, they're able to continue pulling fruit from it and having long-term cash flow from that asset, and that asset continues to work for them for a period of time.
It's not dead money if it's sold.
Yeah.
If you manage it, it will make you money, and there's nobody bothering you.
Yep.
With the problems of a rental.
Exactly.
Because right now I don't have a lot of cash saved up, but I get about a couple thousand a month just on interest.
Nice.
Which is, what am I going to get if I rent it?
Yeah.
A couple thousand a month? With phone calls of broken pipes or whatever the shit.
Yep.
So
we call it tenants, termites, and toilets.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm realizing, well, if she rents this out, she takes on the responsibility of maintenance and bullshit or destruction of your property. And if you just leave it there, it's still going to make you money.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, yeah, there's certainly things for you to think about and consider, and I'm happy, whenever you're ready, if you want to ever, make the introduction, between myself and your daughter, to have a conversation, you have my contact info, and, happy to chat with you and her and see, how we might be able to help you guys through the process, whatever
That's
that
cool.
looks like.
I like it.
All right.
And I'll keep this and I'll share this with my daughter.
Okay.
And
Great.
thanks a lot. It was
Yeah.
a very, very interesting. You're a different guy.
Hopefully that's a good different. But yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing your daughter's story too. I like it.
Thank you.
See, I'm not totally gone yet. I
still...
just wish I could understand this world.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit anymore.
I hear you. Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, not everything, and this is something I struggle with because I want to, I'm like a fixer and like a very mechanical person. I want to know how everything works. And, the older I get, the more I have to tell myself that, not everything needs to be understood. Like my wife, half the time I don't understand her. So.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
well, anyway, I really appreciate your talk.
Thanks.
You got me, and I'm a 40-year salesman myself.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And, it's just about making connections with people. So I'm glad we were able to connect. Yeah. And whether we ever do business together or not, I'll wish you the best and, continue praying for you. And,
I feel the same way, except that I don't see how we could miss. You're the only one who's given me the right information and found a way to connect with my mental situation. And thanks a lot, Rich.
No worries. Thank you. You have a great rest of your day.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow, I was not expecting that conversation. That was, but this is why, connecting with people really, really is important, right? At the end of the day, and this is why, like there's a lot of ways to do this business, like RJ Bates, for example, phenomenal closer, right? Like the guy is a absolute killer on the phones. He's got a massive amount of skill and has all my respect for sure. His methodology to getting on the phones with sellers, is very straightforward and he makes connections, but, I think he does very short calls and he's very in and out and precise and everything. And, and that works really well for him. Like for me, I really enjoy connecting with people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we got to make money and we got to, get deals done and everything. And we will, but I really feel like connecting with people like Fernando here gives you the ability to do more business, gives you the ability to do, bigger deals that other people wouldn't be able to get, and help people and solve problems and, and connect with people that are obviously going through some stuff. And, he's going through, he's been through a lot for sure. But like he said, I'm the first and only person that's ever been able to connect with him and make some sort of connection to where he wants to do business with me. Right. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll see how that pans out. And, if we ever end up doing business together, then great. But I'll certainly put him on, a follow-up sequence and check in with him. So let's see here. Exactly. This world is absolutely not our permanent home. Yeah. And it's sad to hear that he's kind of lost his faith. And I know there's a lot of people like that, and genuinely going to be praying for him because it sounds like he needs it. So we all do. All right. So let's see here. So I'm going to update the the notes here. And yeah, we're going to wrap this up. So it's already 2:30. So I'm going to wrap this up for now. I will probably be back on a little bit later. I need to go take a walk and just, get my blood flowing a little bit and pick back up where we left off and then go from there. So hopefully you guys got value out of these calls. Didn't lock up the contract. Let's see. Good work, Chris. Didn't know you were doing creative and investments. Piano made easy. Oh, what's up? Is that, oh, that picture looks like Jamal. Is that Jamal? Yeah, man, been doing creative finance for a few years now. So we do seller finance subject to. Actually, Tori and I are closing on our primary next month, subject to. So we're taking over a 4.67% interest rate, 40K cash to close. And it's fully renovated. It needs a roof. The roof's going to be pretty expensive, but yeah, man, been doing this for a while now. So glad you got to check it out, man, and hit me up. And I know you were doing some real estate for a while. I'm not sure if you're still doing real estate, but yeah, let's connect, man, and do some deals together. But I'm going to hop off here and yeah, see you guys on the next one where we make real estate investing easy. Peace.